Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Bud's Hot Sports Takes, where we talk about some of the hottest things in sports. What we're going to be doing in this segment, nothing's going to be written down because we're just going to go ahead and talk about something that always gets everybody fired up. People draw lines in the sand. Sometimes they start saying it about people even before they even start a career, and that is goat talk, right? The greatest of all time. Now, here's the thing. I hate goat talk. Hate it. Can't stand it. Makes no sense. Also, it's a stupid thing. First of all, I know I'm going to tick a lot of people off with this video, but let's talk about brass tacks here, okay? Thing is, a reason why goat talk is completely stupid and greatest of all time is uh, just one of the stupidest inventions ever. That's kind of like pound for pound, right? When people go that route, uh, it's arbitrary. Um, and I'll tell you what I mean. Okay, so first of all, okay, athletics change, right? The history of athletics, uh, science changes, rules changes in sports. Um, Technique gets better, because more people wind up doing the different sports or whatnot. Um, so new techniques arrive, new ways to go ahead and train to do those things, um, as well as what's good for the body, uh, what what muscle groups to work out for X technique or to be able to do this or that all comes into play, and the science of every sport in the ever game changes along with different rules. So it's just a stupid arbitrary thing, and then it's just like pound for pound. The reason why it's dumb is because it goes back to the same thing really as the greatest of all time, and it's assuming everything is the same. That's what you would have to end up doing is assuming that everything's the same. Uh, Height, weight, shape. Um, the you know height and weight's the same, physical ability is the same. If all those things were the same, who would outperform who? Uh, and you just can't do that. And then another thing too is you got to be thinking like as far as like team sports too, right? As far as team sports go, uh, you know they're gonna have different players, on their teams. Like one of the biggest, goat talks is of course is greatest of all time basketball player, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Both great players in their eras. Here's two huge things on you can't really pit them against each other. One, positions they play are different. So what they do on the court is going to be different because different positions have different skill sets and different abilities. They have different things that they should be doing and shouldn't be doing. So it's, a shooting guard is going to score more. So he should be getting 2 points faster, which is a huge thing that they bring up. Michael Jordan fans want to bring up rings. Bill Russell, he has more rings than Michael. He has more rings than LeBron. He has more rings than Kobe. He has more rings than those guys combined. The guy has 11 rings. So if if rings and championships matter, okay, then why isn't he the greatest of all time? Uh, yeah, scorers. Well, points faster. Okay, he's a shooting guard. LeBron James is is a small forward and power forward. Uh, yeah, they're not going to score as often as a shooting guard and shouldn't. Um, you know, defense side, LeBron's going to rebound more, right? He's going to have better all around stats because the small forward position is a jack of all trades. They need to be able to do everything on the court, and they need to be able to do it well. They shouldn't be your leader on any stat, but they should be able to do things well. Your shooting guard, he's your point getter, and he's a steal guy. He'll throw in some passes. That's what you, and anything else you get out of him, just a bonus. I mean, that's what you look for in that position. So the guys are different positions. Let it go. Neither are the GOAT. They have they have different positions. You could say greatest small forward of all time, maybe. You could say greatest shooting guard of all time, maybe. But to put one over the other, again, they're different positions. You can't do that. You know, uh, you take Wayne Gretzky, the great one, right? No one's going to argue the guy was great. The guy was the man, right? He broke records that nobody else has done, right? Okay, well, what about Gordie Howe? You know, dude, dude played across the span of 5 decades. Was one of the greatest players of each and every single one of those decades. So, uh, how do you not throw him in? Talk for it's it's dumbfounding, really. Tom Brady, okay, yeah, he has more championships. He leads passing. He leads da 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 da. Doesn't lead accuracy. Okay, well, okay, so that's one stat. Okay, big deal. But oh my goodness, Patrick Mahomes, he's the goat. How do you figure he hasn't even done what the other guy did, right? Um, you know, greatest guy playing currently. Okay, people are talking about Caleb Williams. He's the goat. Dude hasn't played one down. It's a bandwagon trap is what goat is. Okay, again, guys are different. Guys play different positions. Uh, you know, Jerry Rice, right? You can call him the goat receiver. There has been other terrific, great receivers, and then you don't know, and you can't even. Again, you can't really say it. And the reason why you can't even say that he would be the goat is again because there's been so many other talented guys at the position. They didn't have the same players around them. They didn't have the same guys throwing to them. Uh, either. Now you can make an argument. We have three different quarterbacks. All three went to the Hall of Fame. Okay, well, they're in the Hall of Fame because look who they had to throw to. Well, you can make the same argument that okay, he did what he did because look who was throwing to him. You know, you, you can reverse these things, right? Now, I'm not saying he wasn't a great player, no, or anything like that. I'm not saying that about any of these guys, right? I'm just saying, look, things change, rules change. Like, oh, okay, well, Patrick Mahomes, he's the youngest to do da 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 da. Okay, back like whenever Brady started, right? He, if you were throwing 3,000 yards, you are probably in the top 3 to 5 in the league. Now, if you're not passing for at least 3,000 yards, you're probably 26 through 32. Yeah, you better be passing for at least 3,000. If you're passing like in the 4,000 yards, okay, you're probably top 12. If you hit 5,000, one to three are doing it every, do it a year, pretty much now. So it's not something that's uncommon. The game has gone the way of passing. I like if somebody rushed for 2,000 yards, in today's NFL, like that would be something because it used to be a running game. It used to be, it's something people did was they run the ball. It's a pass. The game's gone to pass first, which then like look, lines have definitely gotten better. I mean, because look, you used to be able to be like, oh my goodness, look at the sacks race, right? There you got da 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 da, you know, 16 sacks a season. This guy, he's running it with 15. This guy, he's right there with him. You'd have like four or five guys who are doing like 14 to 18 sacks in a season. And now you got guys leading with like 13 and things like that. It's ridiculous when, especially when you consider sacks are going down and the amount of passes are going up, right? Then again, like when it comes to combat sports, right? And they got the whole pound for pound list. What what pound for pound means is if guys are the same height, they have the same reach, and their physical aspects are the same. Guys are just as fast, just as strong as each other. You know, this is where they would end up. It's supposed to be literally just skill based. You can't do that because if you altered a guy's genetical structure, that would probably change the way they do what they do. So again, you don't know, you can't do it. Same thing as you can't do greatest of all time. If you were to put one person, pit them against another person from a different era, things aren't gonna be right. I would say definitely whoever is in the newer era is probably going to have an advantage because again, more people do whatever sport it is than they did back in whoever's day. Then so more guys are going to be teaching how to do these things, so skill level is going to be higher. Again, like I said, all the time there's new things as far as medically on how to do things, scientific ways to help your body. So guys are going to be faster, stronger, more flexible. So they're going to be more fit. They're going to be more skilled. Guys are also getting bigger. Size does matter. It doesn't matter really what sport. Size matters. Um, just the way it is. So again, wouldn't be fair, right? So just say this was the guy in his day. Give people credit where it's due. Don't dismiss somebody. If the guy was a slub, that's a different story. But anyone who talks for greatest of all time, they're not. They're simply not. Just say, hey, thanks for the memories. It's good watching you play. You did great. and just leave it alone. Because you can't compare apples to oranges. Sure, both are fruit, both have vitamins. Other than that, where do you go? You go nowhere. Just the way it is. Greatest of all time, biggest fallacy, and it's to do nothing than to make arguments. That's literally the only purpose of greatest of all time. Just to make art. That's all that is built around doing. It's like trying to divide between working class and managing class, right? And things people. Only thing you're doing is you're pinpointing, picking things that are gonna start arguments. That's all. Or granted, yes, I'm a white guy, but racial divide, right? These things are meant to start arguments. What's the difference between me and somebody else? Pigmentation. That's it. You know, just give people their due. Give them credit. LeBron, man, dude, during the time that you played great. You did some pretty amazing things. Congratulations. Michael Jordan, during your day, you did some pretty amazing things. Congratulations. It's fun watching you play. Bill Russell, you're before my time, but 11, 11 championships. Dude, congratulations. You did some amazing things in your time. Gordie Howe, you did some amazing things in your, well, pretty much everybody's time, right? Wayne Gretzky, you did some amazing things in your time. Brett Hall, you did some great things in your time. Tom Brady, did great things in your day. Patrick Mahomes, you're doing some amazing stuff right now. Congratulations. Dan Marino, never won a ring, but you're considered to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Congratulations. Reggie White, one of the best defensive players of all time. Congratulations. Lawrence Taylor, one of the best defensive players of all time. Congratulations. One of the people I think one of the best defensive players of all time, a cornerback in East Williams. You did some great things in your day. Congratulations. Right? Just give people pats on the back. No need for greatest of all time. Floyd Mayweather Jr. You did some amazing things. You went undefeated. Congratulations. Right? Muhammad Ali. He did some he did some great things. Congratulations. You know, there's no there's no sense in greatest of all time. You just can't do it. It's a fallacy, folks. Big pet peeve. Greatest of all time just does not exist. Also, the again, if you wanted to do greatest of all time, it's all the younger person's always going to have the edge again because, like I already said, the amount of people that do it goes up, technique goes up, physicality goes up. So it'll always be somebody else's day as time goes on. No one's going to stand the test of time. You're great when you did great things. Give them their due. Just say congratulations. Give them the pat on the back. Say thank you. I had fun watching. just stop all the bickering. It's stupid, and it gets you nowhere, and it doesn't change things. Anyway, that's my thoughts when it comes to the greatest of all time. It's a bogus, complete fallacy. People need to get over it. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time to Buzzhot Sports Takes, you kind of see it. I'm not afraid to push buttons. I know topics like greatest of all time. It's gonna push buttons. The fact that I think there's no such thing as greatest of all time is definitely gonna push everybody's buttons. It's all like, go, 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 go. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but yeah, it's yeah. Sorry that you're on the wrong side because facts speak for themselves. But thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to like. Feel free to dislike. Feel free to comment. Do not mind controversy. And tune into the next show. The next show will be, should be on the 16th. Whenever the All-Star break hits, because that's going to be halfway through the Major League Baseball season. So we'll recheck in, see where the top 10 guys for different areas in the in baseball are. We'll go through that list. We'll see where they're at, how they're trending. Halfway point. That's a pretty good mark on seeing what potentially their year might look like, right? So feel free to tune into that as well. Thanks, guys, and again, below, comment, like, subscribe, dislike, either way. And if you do comment, I will respond, and you might make a video. Like your comment might make it into a video. But thanks again.